Greetings, zodiac sign Pisces, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Moon. Welcome to your Akashic Records reading for June 2021 by Ama Lightworker. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please remember to turn on the notification bell. This is yet another important month. We are going to have a solar eclipse on June 10, and we just had a lunar eclipse on May 26. It is said that in the period between the two eclipses, the veil between the two worlds is very thin. This is the perfect time to get your energy cleared. Therefore, for that reason, I'm organizing on June 12th a Zoom energy clearing. And for those of you who are interested to register for it, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. And I am also doing a special video for your sign, looking into your finances and what could be bringing you luck for the next 6 to 7 months, covering June through December 2021. And the link for that special video, for those of you who are interested for download and purchase, is placed down here below in the show more description box. Please also notice in the show more description box the other Vimeo link that's going to take you to an extended reading for your sign for this month of June, for those of you who are of course interested for download and purchase. And you can always visit my website www.amalightworker.com and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com if you like to have a personal private reading with me. Thank you for allowing me to say this here. So now, Pisces, let's move on with your reading. You're going to have a sense that pretty much you're going to be feeling on edge. You're going to be waiting for what is happening now, what is happening later. For many of you Pisceans, you are going to be dealing with the element of surprise situations that are going to find you. And for some of you, it could be like a series of minor things that maybe you don't see it coming. For many of you Pisceans, these little surprises are going to turn out to be very positive and very blessed, because maybe they're not going to begin that way. For those of you who have been waiting for some news, in June, you are going to be receiving the news that you were expecting and some additional information. For some of you, if you have to deal with any health-related issues or matters, your health or somebody else's health, you may have to deal with doctors appointments, clinics, hospitals, dentists, chiropractor. For some of you, I'm getting the sense that everything now will go well. If you find yourself to feel a little sick, or maybe somebody else around you may be feeling a little bit under the weather, please understand that these are only passing situations and they're going to be fine, because I am getting the sense that anything that needs to heal may show up to be healed, and then you're going to be fine. And by healing, they don't just mean, the Akashic Records don't just mean physical healing. They mean anything in your life that may be needing healing. Finances, something will happen there to show you where is it that something went wrong and what you can do to fix it. You have to pay attention now. If you are linked financially to someone else, you may be having a joint account together, you may be having a business partner, therefore financially you are linked together. Who is it that somehow you are financially linked? Because many things may be changing now between you and this other person, and they may be changing in a dramatic way. Therefore, you have to figure out where do you stand if anything happens. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but if anything happens, Okay? Are you able to support yourself financially? You are going to somehow break free from a person that you feel has some kind of a control over you. They may be having mental control over you, they may be having emotional control over you. This could be a boss, this could be a partner, this could be a roommate, this could be someone with whom you are in a relationship or even in a marriage together. So I'm getting a sense that you may be dealing with sudden endings or sudden changes, but this is going to provide for you a certain freedom that wasn't available for you before. And many of you could be looking to break free from a person. Many of you are going to attend a celebration of some kind where a child or a young adult may be celebrated. You're going to find yourself easily now reconnecting with people. For some of you, you could be celebrating some kind of activity outdoors. Could be a picnic, could be a barbecue outdoors, or just being outdoors. There is this sense of appreciation that maybe wasn't there before. You're going to feel more valued and appreciated. But at the same time, you are going to have a sense that what is happening somehow feels right to some level. And you are going to appreciate yourself and your life in a whole new perspective. One new perspective after another new perspective will be opening up for you as you are reconnecting with people, as you go about your life. You're going to get a sense of what is happening in other people's life and how your life is. And you are going to be gaining a new perspective. It's very important, Pisces, that you do not blame yourself for everything, because in June you are going to have a sense towards feeling guilty and to blame yourself. It's very important, where is it that you are holding on to something from your past, or where is it that you are holding on to some sense of guilt, because you may need to release that. Some of you are very demanding toward yourself. It could be the case that you are simply very demanding toward yourself, and you may need to loosen up a little bit. You may arrive into a pact, an agreement with someone. This could be a verbal agreement, this could be a verbal or an oral agreement. For some of you, this could be some kind of a negotiations that may be taking place right now that are finally going to come to a conclusion, to an end, to a completion. If you are involved in a situation where you need to make a deal, the advice of the Akashic Records is for you to take the deal. It's not going to be getting any better than this. Many of you are going to be dealing with a situation where somehow you are still settling. You may still be settling into a new job, you may still be settling into a new home, you may still be settling in a new relationship. Pay attention to any errors or mistakes. It could be a typo, it could be in a message, in a text message, in some paperwork, in some documentation, because it could be changing the whole meaning of the sentence. You do not have the whole picture yet. You do not know everything yet. So, at the beginning of June, you may arrive in your own conclusions, but something is going to show up. You're going to find out more, some new information. And that's going to change your whole perspective about that circumstance or about that person. So don't rush in too soon, or don't judge too quickly a person, a relationship, or a circumstance. because I am sure that toward the end of the month, toward the end of June, and maybe even at the beginning of July, this is when you are going to gain the most clarity. Okay, this is when you are going to have access to information that wasn't available to you, and you are going to be able to see this person with a whole new perspective. But at the same time, you need to pay attention in June to how your feelings are shifting, changing, and transforming. Because for many of you, you could be basing your opinion or your expectations on a feeling that is going to turn out to be not a permanent feeling. You may be changing your feeling. Okay, maybe you don't feel so good about that person, or you don't feel so good about the choices that you made, because that feeling upon which you base that judgment or that decision is simply not there anymore. And you may be struggling a little bit into finding the perfect balance between your logic, what your logic is telling you, and what your heart is telling you. But ultimately, you're going to end up making good choices and good decisions. For many of you, an opportunity to grow through your work and through your career, and to expand the work that you do and to expand your career will be presented to you. But it's going to be with a condition. Provided that you're going to be able to do this, this is what we can provide for you. And for some of you, it may be difficult for you to see that sometimes you have to work hard, or you have to make some kind of sacrifice to get to this success, but it's very much possible for you. The rewards that you are seeking are going to show up for you in the most unexpected ways. Some of you are going to get some news from housing. You may be dealing with a housing authority. You may be approved about fundings or financial sources in regards to a home. You may be buying or selling, but I'm getting the sense that finances are going to be available to you. Somehow it's going to work out for you. And you could be also hearing during this time about fundings, about benefits that you qualify for. You may be hearing from for some reason, I'm sure that some of you, maybe you applied for a position in the retail industry, and now you may be hearing back from jobs in regards to the retail industry. Some of you are going to enter in a competition. You may be in a competitive situation at work. You may be entering a competition to win, with the idea to win. You may be entering some work that you do. You may enter that work into a competition. And it could be just like a friendly competition, but somehow you're going to be dealing with competitors, people who are competitive, or you entering a competition. If you are someone who has children and you have some kind of an unresolved situation with the other parent of your children, something will come up for you to resolve it. It could be about children's custody, it could be about financial support for these children, or other related matters. Something will come up so that you can resolve it, so that it can end once and for all. I am getting the sense that if you decide to approach everything with a light heart, if you decide to get help and you are open to collaborations and help and insight from other people, this is going to help you, because you're going to understand something from a deeper perspective. You may be having a document in front of you, but maybe you think you understand everything. You may think that you know why that other person acted that way, that friend or your ex or someone else, but maybe you don't know everything just yet. For some of you, you're going to feel that your luck is shifting in a spur of a moment. To you is going to feel like a switch went on and your luck is changing, like light is on, luck is on. That's what they're saying. And there is this turning around of events for the better around you. However, with that being said, that also means that in the meantime, something will be lost, something needs to come to an end, to a completion of some kind. And this is where everything is going to be easier for you. Something is ending, and that's going to facilitate other areas of your life. Everything else is going to fall into its place. It's important that you listen to your intuition, but at the same time, if you are not sure, you may also want to be more open to get an opinion from a person that you trust, or maybe to get an opinion from an expert. Some of you may need to hire an expert or listen to what an expert has to advise you on. In June, you may have to deal with a car mechanic. You may have to deal with IRS. You may have to deal with a lawyer or an attorney. You may have to deal with somebody who needs to fix your AC or your lights or electrical work of some kind. For some of you, you may need some IT work, something about computers and technology, or even phones malfunctioning or not working properly. Some of you could be somehow involved into an investigative story, investigative situation. It may not be with you per se, or you may be taking an interest on some kind of an investigation in connection to someone around you. You may be feeling suspicious. You may be doing your own research about anything that you may be feeling suspicious of. For some of you, I am told that in the neighborhood there's going to be some kind of a party or some kind of a celebration, and you may decide to join in. You may get invited by a neighbor, or this could be festivals or festivities that are open to the public. You're going to have the sense that life not only is restarting again, but your personal life is reopened again. You may find yourself surprisingly in love. That could be the case for those of you who are single and open to looking. And sometimes all you need to begin in that journey of dating is just a compliment. Sometimes a person just needs a compliment so that you can feel good about yourself and you're going to understand, wow, I am now ready to start dating. And you could be looking or on the lookout to meet prospective dates. And I'm not going to be surprised if some of you are also going to be looking into online dating. Of course, that's not for everybody, but for some of you, that's what you're going to be looking for. I'm showing that for some of you, you're going to be dancing. You could be attending an event where there's going to be dancing. You could be starting some kind of an aerobics kind of exercise with dancing and music. You may find yourself dancing at home. There's going to be some news that is going to come your way, and it's going to be good news, and you may be jumping up and down with joy. Something that you have been publishing or trying to publish is going to be picked up. You may find an agent, you may find a manager, you may find somebody who's going to promote you, or they're going to accept your work because they're going to promote it, or they're going to launch it on your behalf, or they're going to publish it. So something that you are doing creatively or in other ways is going to be picked up. It could be during the meeting that they decide to go with your project or with your ideas. They may be calling upon you to give so they can hear your ideas or your opinion. So in some ways, you're going to be called on, and that's going to be somebody's going to say your name, call you, and that's going to be a good thing for you. So it feels like somehow emotionally it may be an intense month, but it could go either way for you. And I'm also getting the sense that in spite of everything, somehow you're going to have the ball rolling in your court, and you're going to be able to take your affairs forward in a different level. So the month will end up for you in a better note from that is going to start. Okay, so how the month is going to start from you is going to be completely different how the month ends for you. You're going to end the month in a higher note. That's what the Akashic Records have to share with you at this time. Yes, of course, Pisces, if you'd like to know more, click in the link down here below, and that's going to take you to the extended reading for your sign for the month of June. And if you'd like to know more about finances and what could be bringing you luck for the next 6 to 7 months of your life, please click on the other Vimeo link that I posted down here below in the show more description box. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and email me for a private reading. I'm a lightworker at gmail.com. I will reconnect with you soon in the next video. Bye for now.